All right. Hey, let's get started. We're going to take a look at how to create a video that's not quite appropriate. Hey, everyone. Thank you for watching my video. Today, you will be bleeping out words, and you will learn to use a graphic to cover the speaker's mouth. Have a time. Okay, the way that we are going to do this is we are going to take our clip and we are then going to create a new sequence. I'm going to come down there, click new sequence, AVC HD, 1080p, 1080p 30. This is what I like to use for our demonstrations at my school. And I'm going to call this Bleep-n Practice. And I'm going to click OK. That is going to create my sequence to the specs that I want to use. The next thing I need to do is take my clip, which in this case is me here with my camera on my computer, so it's not incredible quality, but I'm going to drag that over into the sequence that I just created. Now, the camera on the computer is recording at 720p. I just created a sequence at 1080. So these things don't match. If I want to make my sequence the same as the sequence of the clips, then I'm going to click change sequence settings, but I don't. I want to keep the existing settings, but that creates an issue here that we have black around the top and the sides and the bottom here. It's a really easy fix. I'm going to right click on the video clip in the timeline and I'm going to click set to frame size. And now that actually fits into the frame. I also like to go ahead and use the zoom in down here because I like my clips to be about as long as my space allows down here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull this down so you can see my audio even better, because when I play this back, I want to be able to see the waveform representing the words. It's going to make this a lot easier for me. So I'm going to hit play. Hey everyone, thank you for watching my great video. Okay, as you can see, I'm watching my great video. What I want you to do is every time I say the word great in this video, I want you to go in and take that out, put in a bleep and put in the effect over my mouth. So this is going to be really easy. I'm going to do it a couple of times to show you, and then I'll fast forward through the rest of it. But I know that the word great is somewhere right around here. I can zoom in on that a little bit and I can see it even better. So if I just move right there and then hit play, you can hear it. Great, it's right there. So I'm going to hit C on the keyboard. That is going to turn on the razor blade. Then I'm going to come to the end of that clip. I'm going to hit C, and I hit V to go back to my selection tool. I have now created a standalone clip in the middle of that. All right, so I've got this audio, and the middle audio. I'm going to drag that volume all the way down. So when I play this, it just automatically takes out the sound. I'm not drawing a lot of attention to the fact that I said great right there. That's probably okay, but I want to draw attention to it. I want to make it seem like I said something I shouldn't have said, and the best way to do that is by adding a bleep. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to come down here, new item. If I click on that, I'm going to click bars and tone. It is going to create bars and tone that match my current sequence settings. I'm going to click OK. And now I have a new asset to work with. If I double click that, you can see color bars. And when I play it, you hear tone. What I'm going to do, because I don't need all of this, is I'm just going to press that. And that's about 9 frames. I'll do it to 10 frames. And I'm going to press the letter O on the keyboard. That is creating an in point and an out point here on this 5-second clip. And I've just made it 10 frames long. The next thing I want to do is click right here where it says drag audio only. I don't want to drag video only, and I don't want to drag both of them. So I'm going to take audio only, and I'm going to drag it down to where I bleeped myself out. And that's actually pretty close. You can see that it is a little bit shorter than 10 frames. That's not a problem. If I zoom in here, you can see all I have to do is just click that, drag it down so that it matches the length of that. So when I play this now, thank you for watching my video. It seems like I said a wordy turd. I didn't do that. You heard it. I said great, not a problem. Though I'm going to make it seem even more like I said something I shouldn't have. And I'm going to do that by obscuring my mouth. I'm going to go up to captions and graphics, going to go over to essential graphics, and then under edit, I'm going to click new layer text, and I am going to choose a font that makes me happy, and that is, let me see, Minion Pro. No, not it. Myriad Pro. I like that. I'll go with that. I'm also going to come down here, and if you'll see, this says all caps. I want this to be in all caps, and I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to type in the word censored. I'm also going to do a little bit more, because if you notice when I click the selection tool and drag this over, you can still see my mouth. It says censored, and that might be okay, but what I want to do is actually completely obscure my mouth so you don't know really for sure what I am saying. The easiest way to do that is to be on the text layer, come down to where it says background. And then for the color of the background, I'm going to choose a color that I like. I'm going to go with black on this. And you can see that you can actually still see through it, because it does not have full opacity like set up. So I'm going to make it 100% there. Now you'll notice you can't see through it. If I were to drag this down more and more, you can see that it does diminish the layer there so you can see through it more, but I don't want to see through it. I also want it to be bigger. I don't want it to just fit around the edges of that. I actually want to click on this, and I'm going to expand it. And let's just say, I'm going to type in 20. I think that 20 is probably pretty good. If I click off of it, you can see how big that is. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to click down here, and I'm going to come to the rounded edge, and I'm just going to play with that till I see a rounded edge to a point I like. And you know what? I'm going to make that 20 as well. And now when I click, that is what it looks like. Now, I can be done with that, and it's probably okay. I can also come in here if I want to make it a little bit smaller and do this, which is probably okay, but I'm going to leave it at 100 for now for the purposes of this demo. But I do want to make sure that it only shows up only when the word is beeped. So I'm just going to click on that. I'm going to drag it to the starting point. Going to come to the end, click and drag that over. So now, and that did a pretty good job. All right. So we've got that. We're taking care of the first one, and it looks like I did say something that I shouldn't have. I'm going to come here though. I'm going to actually trim off the beginning of this video, and I want it to start right around there. So I'm going to trim that over, click the empty space, and then hit delete. It's going to move everything down. So now here's what we have so far.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching my video.
All right, seems like I should be getting in trouble.
Today you will be bleeping out.
And I know the word great is coming up because I have the script, the same script that you have.
Great work.
All right, so I'm going to go right here. I see the word great. I'm going to hit C on the keyboard.
Great.
And that's the end of it. Now I'm going to hit V. And then I'm going to come here to the volume level, drag it all the way down. And now when I play this, all right, so it took that out. Now, that was super easy. I can now take my beep and I can drag it over. So I'm going to click on the beep to highlight it. I'm going to hold down the Alt or Option key, and I'm going to drag that over till it fits into the same space. Now, I could drag it over a little bit to make it fit exactly, but I think that this will probably be good enough. So I'm going to hit play. And it was good enough. Now I can do the same thing with my text layer. So I'm going to hit Alt or Option, drag it over to this area right here. And for this, I am going to make it fit that entire thing. And now let's see what it looks like. Now that could be okay, but let's say that we want to be perfect here. You'll notice that my mouth is kind of angled. It is not straight across. So what I am going to do here is I'm going to click on the title, click on it up here, and I am actually going to use the rotate tool to rotate that to where it's more at the same angle that my mouth is. And then I'm going to use these tools to move it over so that it covers my mouth that way. So when I hit play, it is going to do that. Now, you're going to do that to all of this video and take out every instance of the word great, and you're going to cover it with some sort of text. You could also always cover it with some sort of image. You can also use another sound for the beep, but using bars and tone for the beeping sound is pretty commonplace, so I think that's a good thing to start with. You could use an elephant sound effect or anything that you wanted to put there, but in this case, I think bars and tone is where you need to go. So Finish this entire video. Then you are going to export this. You're going to hit Command M, and then you are going to go into Format. Make sure you're on H.264. Go to Preset, Match Source High Bitrate, and then you're going to title this and tell it where to go. Mine currently is going to save to the desktop. I am okay with that for now. And then you're going to click Use Maximum Render Quality. If you just want to check and make sure everything is good, if you click on Video, it'll tell you that it's 1920 by 1080, and it will tell you the frame rate. And then you are going to click Export. I'm not going to do that right now, but that's what you do when you get ready to turn this in. You're going to upload it to your AVTF master folder. You're going to copy the link directly to the video, paste that into Schoology, and hit submit. I hope this has worked for you. Hope you've learned something new. Hope you have fun with it. And let me know if you have any questions.